Hello everybody, it's Mike here from Trial and Error Outdoorsman. Today is going to be a Mayhem Monday featuring Mike, who's me. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how I like to prepare my red meat steaks. So you have venison backstrap, it could be a USDA ribeye, it could be a porterhouse steak. First things first, this right here is my baby. This is my cast iron pan. So it's very well seasoned. I can show you the process of how I season it. So usually I'll start by using an avocado oil or some kind of high smoke point oil. This is the oil I usually go with. It's a nice avocado oil. It's not super expensive, but that's the oil I usually go with. I'll lather the whole pan, handle and all, and I'll even do the back side. Now this is a Lodge. You can see it's upside down. This is a Lodge pan. They're known for having great, well-made cast iron. But like I said, oil all the way up, back to here, on the sides, the whole way around, inside the pan, on this part, and on the back. Now right here I have myself a really nice porterhouse that I got at ShopRite, and I use those 4 seasonings on it already. You use a kosher salt, a ground black pepper, and then if you want, this is up to you, you could use a garlic powder and an onion powder to put on the steak. When you buy the steak, the first thing you should do is take it out of the bag if you plan on cooking it. Put it on a wire rack like this. Season it, both sides, top and bottom. And you want to be pretty generous when it comes to the salt. It's going to help dry out the top layer and really make a good crust. And I did the same thing on the other side. I flipped it. And then when that's done, the best thing to do is let it sit in your refrigerator like so overnight if you have the time. If not, leave it out for at least an hour or so. All right, hello everybody, it's me again. As you can see, I'm in my apron, my Starbucks apron, because I used to work there. True story. I'm gonna go through a couple of the utensils you may want to have with. You want a spoon, tongs, knife to cut your butter. I have butter right here, and I have 2 pieces diced up. Well, not really diced up, but cut up right here. Avocado oil. This is a meat presser. I'll get into that once I lay the steak down. You definitely want to have something to cover your hand with, because this right here gets just as hot as the rest of the pan. So right now we're waiting for this thing to smoke a little bit. Since it's smoking a little bit, you're just going to want to put like a little bit more than a tablespoon of oil on the pan. So just a little bit of oil. There we go. Now I'm going to take the meat that has been out for about 45 minutes, give or take 40 minutes. And now I'm going to take the steak and I'm going to lay it out away from me. So right here, it's pretty big. I'm going to lay it out away from me. Now, do the best you can at pushing the whole steak down so it's an even sear. You want to get all parts of the steak to be pressed down against the cast iron. Now, if you're like me and you cook steak a lot, you have one of these meat presses. So use that. You just push it around and you leave it. You let it sit for a little bit. So now I know what you guys are thinking. Michael, what happened to the mustache? To be honest, I don't know. Just trying something new. I haven't really had my face clean shaven in a while. But alright, so it's been another minute. The meat looks like it's just about ready to be flipped, so I'm going to do so very carefully. Well, it's actually got a pretty good sear so far. Sear I got going on that puppy right now. The whole time I've been cooking on a medium to medium-high heat. I'm going to lower it just a little bit right now. And I'm actually going to throw in my butter. I cut up 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put in 2 little cloves of garlic I had here in my hand. They don't need to be peeled. You just put them in straight. It's really just a fragrance thing that you're doing. I have the butter going right now. If your butter turns black, it's too hot, you burnt something, and there's something terribly wrong with the butter. Kind of stays a nice yellowish golden brown. You're doing it right. And what you want to do is baste the shit out of that steak. I'm going to let this cook until it doesn't stick anymore. Now while that cooks, I'm going to press it down a little bit to try and keep that sear all around. But you don't want to be careful. You want to be careful. You don't want to press too hard, because then you squeeze the juice out of the steak. Keep basting. I'm going to throw just a little bit more butter in. Help with the basting process. So you feel around to kind of see how well it's cooked. This method, so if I'm touching my pinky and pressing onto here, that's well done. Medium, medium, medium rare. If it's tighter around the muscle, that's how you want it. The garlic, now a good thing you could do is you take the garlic and you brush it. You brush the garlic all over the steak. It really helps seal in the flavor. Brush that garlic all through. Brush it, brush, brush. Same thing with the other piece. Brush, 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 brush. I don't know if you can see, but the color of that butter is like a golden brown. I like to tilt the pan like this because then the butter drops to one side. Gravity. Gravity. I'm going to take this guy off in a second. A few more seconds. Steak is done. Transfer that to a wire rack, and I'm going to let that baby sit for about 10 minutes or so. So that's how it's looking. Next thing I got to do, I got to be quick about this. This is my zucchini. I'm gonna rinse it real quick. Chef knife. Cut off the end. Cut off the end. But they're gonna go in the pan with all that steak sauce. I'm going to watch me lower the heat just a little bit. Put a little bit more oil in here. And I'm going to put the zucchini in here. I got to wash these. I'm just going to cook them. And Alright, so I'm just really going to let these guys cook for a little bit. Not too long, maybe another 5 minutes or so. Not even. You don't want them to rest for too long because then they will totally burn. Now, another thing I got to do while those things are cooking. Now, same thing I used on my steak, I'm going to use on this. Into the air fryer. All right, here we go. This is the moment of truth now. This is what I'm always super nervous for. So, I cut down around the bone. Come in. Same thing on the fillet side. So this is the fillet. This is the more tender piece of beef that everyone really likes. And then this is the strip. You can see right here, the strip is the longer side. That I'm going to continue to cut by the bone. And knead it at the first cut here. And watch where all your cuts are going because there's that stupid bone. Come on. Here we go. All right. Well, I think I overcooked it a little. You can kind of see here. All the steps are good, however, I just didn't cook it the best way possible. Not as happy as I like to be, but thank you for watching. Alright, and dinner is served. Alright, that's the steak. You can kind of see the color. Too thin. Too thin. I want that to be edge to edge, that pink. Roasted carrots, sauteed, and voila. Hey everybody, as always, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to Dan and I. This was a special episode for me. It was my first one alone filming. I had a really fun time. I'm hoping to do more stuff like this. If you guys liked it, please leave a comment. And as always, subscribe, like, comment, do it all. Thank you so much.